Hi everyone, welcome to Approved Automotive. Today we're going to speak to you about what to look for in PPF. Now usually we're preaching about what makes a good PPF, but today we're going to be focusing more on what to look for on the not so good PPF, because when we're selling PPF here in Approved Showroom or Approved Detailing, honestly, it's very important that everybody understands the level that PPF can be. Now, I don't want to call it paint perfection film, but especially in this region, it kind of is. It's really in the craftsmanship and the facility, not just the material, not just the thickness of the material used, but today we're going to focus on the craftsmanship and the facility. Now, this car is just about to go into Approved Showroom for sale. It's absolutely beautiful, 911. But it has got some PPF on it from a different place. And I want to point out to you some things that we would really change and that you should look out for if you're considering PPF anywhere in the world, really. So, first things first, when this car arrived, one of the biggest things we saw was the car's got PPF on it, and it's not the worst job I've ever seen, but there are key things, like, for example, I mean, it's not the worst in terms of craftsmanship and installation, but there is some things that shouldn't be there. So the parking sensors, first of all. Now, everybody has their own opinion on whether something should be pre-cut or not, but whether it is or it isn't, your parking sensors shouldn't be covered. And in this instance, you can see notably why it's cosmetic, because you can see I'm literally pushing air pocket there. But also it could potentially affect your sensors, you never know. This part here where the tow hook is a peel. Now that can happen maybe if the car didn't go back for a checkup wherever it was done. That's kind of normal during curing potentially. So although it doesn't look great, that can be normal, but the key thing is the parking sensor here. Then over to this side, we're going to speak first about the stone guard. Now on a Porsche, not everybody wants their stone guards removed because they want the car to remain original from factory. The only thing that happens with this is, again, you get an air pocket, which kind of looks a little bit ugly, and it might make somebody want to change their mind on leaving the original stone guard there. Don't forget, the PPF is essentially doing the same job, and if you really want the stone guard there, we can always remove from factory and put a new one on top to be the same shape, because otherwise you will have this air pocket. Then, moving on to this PPF, we can tell in theory that they didn't remove any parts, which is a good thing, because you can see the wing mirror here. There is a line of the PPF, but there is unfortunately a bit of a gap there which can be closed, which leads me to mention Symmetry. Also, you need to be checking that everything is symmetrical, because of course there might be like 2, 3, 4 installers working on a car at the same time, and they're all working differently, but the key thing is the end product rolls out to be absolutely symmetrical. So this wing mirror is actually a little bit better because the gap is closed. It's just a shame that both aren't the same. These little bits here, it might be difficult to see on camera, but you can see all these little offcuts. Now again, a little bit of peeling can happen, of course, when the car is fresh, and we don't know when this was put on, but you can see all these jagged edges that it actually wasn't cut straight, and that's not very nice at all. And then on to Symmetry again. If you look at the difference with the bonnet and the top of the fender there, I would say that this wasn't pre-cut, it was cut by manual techniques, because you can see there's kind of these odd coverings here. Now, some people are like, why don't you cover the corners on PPF? Well, can you imagine? It's like trying to fold a piece of paper around a corner. It's never going to be perfect. There's going to be some kind of joint or edge. And you can see this side, it's kind of slightly worse because they've kind of tried to cover the corner but done like a flat cut. If you were to check out our PPF, you would see a nice pre-cut, but it would be symmetrical across the body. Now, one of the worst things that you didn't see amongst all that is actually the inners of the doors, because normally if you get 1 or 2 of these little areas, it can be normal and it can easily be resealed, but this is not normal and it is not acceptable at all. I mean, if I tried to do this myself, I'm not sure if there might be a better outcome than this. But if you come all the way down, it's really tough to see on camera, but even here, I don't know if you can see this, this is like a horrible ridge. So it's just been cut randomly basically. The other side has got lots of air pockets too. It's not as bad, but it's still far from acceptable. So yeah, from a distance, this car does look very nice. And you can't necessarily see the issues if you don't know what to look for. So the purpose of the video is to kind of educate on what to look for wherever you're going to look, wherever you're considering for PPF. It's so important. Not only that, the facility is super important too, because it should be as dust-free as possible. And of course, our facility here at Approved Detailing, we're really, really honoured to be able to build the facility literally from the ground up, which means that we've built it around the PPF facility, dust-free as possible, with chambers with separation from the dirty area. That means we're not car washing next to where they're doing PPF, and all the polishing is separate too. And as a result, we have earned the title of the Middle East's largest XPEL certified facility. So what are you waiting for? Come to us, let us know if you have any questions, or if you're also considering paint protection film. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and remember, be smart, be approved.